Welcome to the demo of Retail Management System and Comic Suite. The purpose of this video is to give you a brief overview of what Retail Management System and Comic Suite can do for your comic shop. Let's take a look at a simple transaction first of all. So in this scenario, I'm ringing up this item, and what I'm going to do then is tender it out. All of these tender types here are completely customizable by you. So if you do not use Groupon or accept Canadian dollars in your store, these are again completely customizable by you. You can remove the items or add items that you do or don't accept. So in this case, we're going to cash out this transaction. It will pop the cash drawer and print the receipt, and that is how you would use the system as a basic cash register. But each individual piece of product in your store is actually a comprehensive amount of data that you're collecting in your system. So when you look at the item in your RMS database, you see the item lookup code, the description, the barcode, the item type, whether it's a voucher or a kit or multi-part product. You have the department, category, whether it's taxable or not. Under the Inventory tab, you have whether the item is on hand, committed. Committed items would be items in your pull and hold boxes or other storage facilities in your store that you want to make sure are considered off limits for sale on the sales floor. Available would be the total of those two amounts. And if you're using this system in order to place your orders and also using Comic Suite in conjunction with that, you will be able to tell whether you have that product on order or not. Offline inventory is items that are either in your back room or in your storage facility, or are possibly even used as damaged product. Just information about inventory that might not be in the actual store. So you have the history of the item as well. You have the date the item was created in the store, when you last received it, when you last ordered it, and when you last sold it. The restock level and reorder point are used when you want to keep an item in perpetual stock. So if you always want to keep 5 copies of a particular trade in stock, when you drop below 2, you would like to have 3 more ordered, you would use this section to be able to accomplish that. Under the Suppliers tab, this is where the item is ordered from the supplier of record. If the data is downloaded from Diamond, we set ourselves as the main supplier, but you can use this system to do business with any vendor that you buy from. So this is not necessarily a branded system for Diamond. You're able to use it with any supplier that you do business with. Under the Pricing tab, you see the price of the item, your last cost, what your profit margin is on that product, and you can also set a price level A, B, and C, which are used with your customer data, and you can give customers a certain price if they're in price level A and a certain price if they're in price level B. You also have the ability to quickly put this item on sale and set a start and an end date, but there's also ways to set products on sale in groups or by departments and things like that. But if you just want to put one item on sale really quickly, you would use this function. Under aliases, you're seeing the information about the actual item that you would use to look it up with, and that would be the ISBN, EAN, UPC, the Diamond code, or you can use other keywords or artist names or things like that to help you look up the product. The Substitutes tab would be used if you have, say, a hardcover in stock, but you want to also recommend the softcover if that hardcover goes out of stock. So these substitutes would be able to, you put the code in for the softcover. Once you're out of the hardcover, it will substitute the softcover to the cashier so that they can make that recommendation to your customer. The Special tab is where you would see the picture of the item if you have that downloaded. The Diamond description from previews is put into this notes field. And if you're giving an item away with this particular product, you can select that product's item code and a quantity, and every time one of these products are sold, the tag-along item will go with it. So if you have bookmarks or special giveaways that you're giving in conjunction with a particular product, this is how those products are also deducted from your inventory. Under the Options tab, you have the ability to set this so that you have to enter the price at the point of sale, whether or not you want to discount that product at the point of sale, so you have the option to not discount this product. And if you have your web service or your website shopping cart attached to your copy of RMS, you can make this available on your website. And you also have the ability to make this item inactive or allow it to not be placed on a purchase order, so that you can deactivate a particular product without removing it from your database. And to block sales of a particular item before or a certain date, this is where you can set that on a particular item. So if you get this product before its actual street date, you are able to set that street date in the system and say that it's blocked before a certain date. So you're collecting a lot of information about each of the items in your database. So you're also collecting the same amount of data about your customers. And this is the list of the customers in this sample database. And just to go into each customer, you can see how much data you're collecting about each one. So each of these customers is assigned an account number. You're also showing their address, their email address, and their phone number so that you can contact them. You can have multiple shipping addresses. So if this customer goes away to school for half the year and wants you to ship him his comic books, you can do that under multiple shipping addresses. Under customer options, you have the ability to show a price level A, B, and C, like we described before, or give that customer a flat discount. The Purchase History tab shows the last visit that that customer made to your store, the total visits that they've been in, and how much in dollars they've spent with you. You can also show how much savings or how much discount they have received from your store. And what's really nice is the ability to see every transaction that they've made with you, as long as they have been placed into the transaction at the time that you rung that customer up. And you can go down to the actual receipt if you need to reprint it or look it up. Account information is a tab that's used to show a rolling or available credit limit in the store. And a lot of comic book stores use this for a product that they take back in trade. So if you want to give them a certain dollar amount and store credit to be able to use in the store, you can keep track of that using this system. The Additional Information tab are customizable fields that you can use in your store. So there are 5 text fields, 5 number fields, and 5 date fields. The text fields could be used for, perhaps their favorite characters, or the names of their children, or other kinds of information you would like to collect about that information or about that customer, so that it appears at the top of their at the top of the window when you're in the transaction. So if you have the favorite characters at the top of this window, when you put this customer into the transaction, it could show, say, their favorite character, and you can say, oh, by the way, I see your favorite character is X. We have this new product that came in, did you check that out? So it's just a way for you to see more information about your customer and be able to perhaps upsell to them. The date fields are particularly useful for birth dates, the anniversary date of when they became a customer to your store, so you can start using those in your marketing and maybe send them a coupon on their birthday, or send them a note that says thanks for being a customer for 1 year. So all of this information you're collecting about your customers, you're collecting the same amount of data about your items, and then you can combine those two things using your reports in Store Operations Manager. The Store Operations Manager portion of the program is a little bit like the backroom office portion. And this is where you would go to basically manage every portion of your copy of Retail Management System. So you have the ability to manage your departments and categories, set your taxes, the types of currencies that you accept. You can add your cashiers and all of their particular rights and privileges in the computer. There is a time clock function where your cashiers can clock in and clock out, and then this is exportable to your favorite accounting software. You can manage your customer information, and you can also manage your suppliers. You also have the ability to manage your register information and have customized poll display messages, custom point of sale buttons, and also edit your receipt format. The Inventory tab allows you to manage your inventory, transfer orders, and also perform your physical inventory. The Journal function is where you can see those actual receipts and also update your batch info. The Wizards are how you would move inventory around, put groups of items on sale, and also create labels for items that perhaps don't have a barcode in your store. The Reports tab allows you to run your daily, weekly, and monthly reports, and these are all preset for you, but you have the ability to create custom reports, memorize them, and go back to them over and over again. So if there's a report that is particular to your system and to how you do business in your store, you can create that report using Crystal Reports and memorize that report and come back to it over and over. So this is a little bit about Store Operations Manager. Now I would like to show you about Comic Suite. Comic Suite is the add-on system created by Diamond that allows your copy of RMS to communicate back and forth with Diamond's computer systems. Comic Suite is used to import your monthly order form, your Star System items, your Previews Plus items, and bring those into your copy of RMS. Your subscription services is really the nuts and bolts of what Comic Suite does. To maintain your customer subscriptions, you bring that customer data up, which is the records that came from your copy of RMS, and on the bottom here you can see all of these books that this particular customer subscribes to. And if you would like to quickly add an item to that customer's list, you just need to go through, find the item, and once you find it, you can move it over and it's now part of their subscription. Once you're finished with the customer's subscriptions, then you would go through and create any special orders that that customer wants to order for that particular month's previews. So once you're finished with their subscriptions and their special orders, then you can go in and create your initial order. The thing about Comic Suite is that it pushes all of those books that your customers want to subscribe to into the order form. And when you're on that particular line, you'll see here in this green check mark that there's 3 customers that want to subscribe to this book. And you can actually click on that and see which customers those are. This is the amount that you would need to order minimally for orders that you have taken in store. But you also have the bottom menu here where you can see the cycle sheet of that particular product and how it's selling off the rack and out of the subscription boxes in your store. If your books here are showing that you've had to reorder it multiple times, perhaps you would like to order more for your shelf. So this is how you're able to make a better decision at the time that you're placing your order using your actual sales data and also making sure that you cover any subscriptions in the store. You would use Comic Suite to place all of your orders, including your initial order, your reorders, and also your FOCs. And the reason for using Comic Suite to do your FOCs is that your copy of RMS is expecting a certain amount once you place your orders. If you do your FOCs on the Diamond Retailer site, then your copy of RMS is out of date. So if you do your FOCs and order adjustments through Comic Suite, it adjusts both pieces of information at the same time. It puts your FOCs onto the Diamond site, and then it also adjusts the item in your copy of RMS. The other portion of Comic Suite is to help you at the time when you receive your product. And we have a streamlined receiving process where you download your weekly invoice data. When you get your box, you reconcile the invoice with what you have in the box. You receive the invoice, which means all the products then become active and ready to sell in the store. And then you click a report to send your shortages and damages to your customer service rep. And so this helps keep your receiving process as painless as possible, and also has the ability to do your subscription pull report so that before you actually get the product in store, you can print your customers' pull lists so that you're ready to actually break down your shipment faster. There's lots of file maintenance and utility reports that we make available to you, including a real-time cycle sheet report from your actual sales data from your copy of RMS, and also specialized reports for the comic book industry, such as showing your customer's subscription box, showing the subscription box by item, so you can actually search all of the customer's subscription boxes for a particular product, and the ability to suspend a subscription box that has not been picked up recently. It stops the subscriptions from accumulating over and over again, but it doesn't actually delete the customer or his subscriptions out of the system. For digital comics in Comic Suite, you would click on the Digital Comics button, select the customer that is asking for the particular digital book. It will connect to the Diamond Retailer site in order for you to select the book, place in a quantity of the codes that customer would like to receive, and then it will generate the codes and put it right into the transaction, and also display the code. Once you actually tender this transaction out, it will print this code on their receipt. So there's no additional labels or printing that you need to do in order to give that customer a digital comic. So it's integrated directly into Comic Suite, which is really nice. So I hope that this has given you an overview of what Comic Suite and RMS can do, but obviously it does quite a bit more. For more information, you can contact Cheryl Sloboda at Diamond Comics in order to either place an order or receive more information about the system. If you want to read more information about Comic Suite, you can go to www.comicsuite.com. Thanks and have a great day.